Hey out there, hope you're all doing well this fine spring day. Yeah, I'm going out to get my COVID shot this afternoon, so I thought I would try to get my microstock earnings report in before I went to do that, just in case I'm down for the count for a few days. Anyway, I'm going to jump right into it. The month maybe wasn't as exciting for me as last month. If you'd watched last month's report, you'll know that there was a couple of first-time sales for me, which were pretty cool. This month that didn't happen, but you know it's a long game. You think about it in terms of a year, maybe not month to month. So that's what I do anyway. So I'll jump right in with adobestock. My portfolio size is 4,325 for Adobe, includes editorial and royalty free. I had 135 sales in April, and that earned me $80.36 for a 60 cents per image royalty. So yeah, it's sort of sticking in that $80 range for my monthly earnings, and I'm ticking up on my portfolio size. Not really seeing a corresponding increase, but as far as the sales go, that I can identify any trends that might be of assistance. Yeah, Adobe in April was the month of panorama sales. So I'll just throw up a few of the panels that sold in April to give you a flavor. So the next site that I'm going to talk about is Shutterstock. I have a portfolio size of 6,613 images. That includes royalty-free and editorial, and a few smattering of videos. I had 248 sales. One of those was a video, so 247 images, one video sale. The video sale was only $2.50, so nothing exciting there. But on the images side, I had a few big sales. For example, I sold these two food truck images, each for $51, so $102 total for those two images. And I had another large sale as well, but I just want to show you these two food truck images, and also the sort of my catalog for food truck images. I've sold a lot of food trucks, editorial images. I haven't taken any pictures of food trucks for a while, just because the way things are, but it's been a good category for me. So if you're ever out at a food truck fair or whatever, think about shooting food trucks as well. And also think about subscribing, because you know, undermining myself here, but yeah, no, I'm just joking. Food trucks, a good subject. I've made a lot of money on food trucks, and I can't see why there'd be any sort of restriction on anyone else making those same sort of sales. Okay, so the third site that I want to talk about was Getty iStock. Pretty typical month for me on iStock. I have 4,262 images on that site in my portfolio. I had 87 sales, and that netted me $44.68. 96 royalty per download, 96 cents royalty per download. So I seem to be stuck in that $40 to $50 range. The one images that I want to show you was one of the top sellers was this suburban house under construction. I was reminded that residential real estate, you know, is a subject for a good subject for images. And the sort of the little thing that I want to add on to that was, you know, not just completed houses, but also houses under construction. I've actually sold quite a few images that were images of homes under construction, residential standalone homes, and also condominiums, or like tower multifamily. So shoot construction as well. Okay, The next site I'm going to talk about is Dreamstime. My portfolio was 7,574 on that, almost all images. I had 39 sales in April, and that earned me $37.61 for a just under $1 per image royalty per download. Again, that's pretty good actually for Dreamstime as far as a per image amount. And it's good for me to be up around $40 on Dreamstime generally. I tend to earn a little bit lower there, so it's nice when that site chips in with a decent amount for the month. I'm going to show you this shot here. This one sold for $14.36 or 30 cents. It's a vertical shot of the Calgary skyline. And so what's notable about that is just a reminder, sort of in the smartphone world, not to forget about shooting vertical as well as horizontal. Even when you're photographing something like a skyline, it's still worth trying to get a few vertical shots that kind of work, because they do sell, particularly with the popularity of phones and sort of cropping media for display vertically on a phone. So don't forget that for what it's worth. The next site that I'm going to talk about is Alamy. 5 sales in April on Alamy, which is actually high for me, but the earnings per sale were actually pretty low. So yeah, like I said, 5. That earned me $55.27. For RPD royalty per download of $11.05. Now, one of the images was $39.08. This one. So the rest of them were made up the balance, that $11, or that basically, yeah, that basic $15 balance was the other 4 images, so not very high. But still, $55 in a month isn't bad for me on Alamy. Okay, the next site is Deposit Photos. My portfolio on Deposit is 6,981. I had 56 sales, and that earned me $20.45 for a royalty per download of 47 cents, which is pretty high for a Deposit. Usually I'm in the 30 cents range or slightly below, just because the contributor status I tend to get a lot of 27-cent sales, so I'm usually down there as far as royalty per download. And $20 is about where I'm at usually per month on Deposit, so not a great site, but it chips in and it pays out basically 6 times a year, so it does add up, and it does help bump up the monthly amounts. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the sites that don't typically make me as much money, and I'm not going to do the royalty per download just to get this part done with, since there's less interest in this. But Big Stock, I have 3,924 images. I had 7 sales, and that earned me $3.35. 123RF, I have 4,625 images on this site, 14 sales, and that earned me $12.87. Canstock, I had 1 sale for $1. Pond 5, despite having my first video sale last month, nothing this month, so $0 for Pond 5. Photo for Me, or nothing again on Photo for Me. I have 234 images on that site, and I didn't upload anything new. Still, don't know about the site, just because some of the features on there I may have mentioned, but they show what's been selling, and so it's actually really cool. You can see the sales as basically as they happen. But I mean, all the sales are, well, not all, but the vast majority are UK oriented, and most of them landscape. So I don't have any UK landscape photos, so I don't really have what it looks like is selling on that site. The one photo I did sell on Photo for Me was of Banff National Park, and it was a landscape. So So maybe as the site grows, there'll be a market, so it might be a good place to throw in your landscape photos. I don't know. Just be curious to know if any non-UK people out there have had success on Photo For Me. Fine Art America, 642 images on that site, no sales. Not much to say there. Sort of, it's got a fee if you want to upload more than, I think it's 25, so it'll be really annoying if I don't sell anything and I actually lose money on that site, and not just time and effort, but actual dollars having paid the fee. So we'll see how it goes. I'll do it for the year since I'm paid up for the year, and then we'll see what happens. Archangel, final thing that I want to talk about, no sales for the month of April. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things where I think when I get a sale, I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be great, I'm all in, you know, all about book cover photos. And then the next month when I don't get anything, I'll immediately swing to the reverse and think, oh no, what am I doing? My guess is that Archangel is going to be a few highs for me and a lot of downs. But I'm working it into my workflow, and I'm flowing stuff through there first, and then they have a high rejection rate, so it just automatically, when it gets rejected, I move it out of the folder, my Archangel folder, into my Microstock folder for submission to Mircostock. So there's no downside really, except for, you know, a couple minutes of time. So, and you don't even have to keyword on Archangel, so yeah, life isn't that hard. Anyway, my total for the month is $495.15. So for me, 500 is still a good amount. I'm not going to complain about that. It's about a half as much as I made in April, but to be expected. The $500 range is kind of not really where I would have hoped to be at this point in time, but it's still enough that this Microstock journey continues to be worthwhile. Other than that, I think that's it for this one. I hope that you know, in addition to the actual earnings and per image rates and stuff, that I try to throw some tips in too as well. So hopefully that's useful to you, and hopefully it encourages you or makes you want to subscribe to my channel. Would love to get to my 1,000 subscriber amount so that I can make money off this as well. But even if I don't actually care that much. It is what it is. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I'm starting to babble now, so I'm going to cut this off, and we'll see you on the next video. Alright, take care.